UWA hosted its annual career fair last week. Stay tuned for how you can find a job after graduation and much more on this edition of Tiger Paws. Welcome back, students. It's time to take a Tiger Pause. I'm Brianna Johnson. And I'm Sarah Neal. UWA recently received a $3 million grant from the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Innovation and Improvement to improve teacher preparation programs here at UWA. This grant will help serve rural communities throughout the Black Belt region of Alabama. Along with receiving the grant, UWA's Julia Tutwiler School of Education hosted an education conference focusing on helping teachers in rural schools.
Digging into Royal traditions, September 18th through the 20th, the university hosted their Royal School Summit at Julia Tutwiler Conference Center. I spoke with Associate Professor Denise Knight to find out the purpose for this event. I spoke with Knight via email. She stated the DIRT 17 Royal Schools Summit was designed to provide support, resources, training, and networking opportunities for educators and community leaders who serve in rural communities. With over 100 participants each day, attendees had the opportunity to attend small group workshops, learn from keynote speakers, and use new classroom technology and resources. Be on the lookout for next year's Royal School Summit. This is Lauren Duncan, Studio 96.
Juniors and seniors were able to attend UWA Career Services Annual Career Fair last week at Bell Conference Center. Reporter Selena spoke to Employer Relations Specialist Allie Mills and a few students about what the career fair had to offer.
Wednesday, September 20th, UWA's Career Services hosted a Career Expo here at the Bell Conference Center to further educate students on potential employers.
The Career Expo is a time for students to come meet regional employers to learn about full-time opportunities, part-time opportunities, and internships that are available to them. It's a great benefit to students because they can talk to these employers in an environment that is comfortable for them. They don't have to go out and find the employers themselves. We bring them to the students.
As a senior, I've benefited from coming to this Career Expo these past few years just to gain an experience with meeting potential employers and also just talking to business professionals in general, because when it comes to an interview, you can never be too prepared. It's been a fantastic experience, and I highly recommend it to anyone who just wants to get the leg up when it comes to being hired in the future.
Thanks to UWA's Career Services, many students have benefited from the annual Career Expo. This has been Selena Legiri with Studio 96.
Recent data shows nearly 38% of historically black colleges and universities reported a 10% increase in the undergraduate student enrollment in the past 5 years. HBCUs are institutions of higher learning that were established with the education of Black Americans as their main mission. Studio 96's Xavier Thomas spoke to the Alpha Kappa Alpha on how they support HBCU's overall mission.
Join me at the Ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha's Think HBCU Bake Sale.
The Think HBCU campaign is for historically black colleges. We do donations as far as bake sales and any other type of fundraiser to help donate to them as far as education, books, computers, and things that they would need money for.
We don't realize going through college, especially historically black colleges, that there is a financial problem there, because I haven't seen any special funding made separately for them besides the support they get from the alumni.
And there you have it, the AKA's Think HBCU campaign bake sale. I'm Xavier Thomas with Studio 96.
More than 1.1 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV today, and 1 in 7 of them don't know it. Statistics show over 6,700 deaths were attributed directly to HIV. Studio 96's Jessica Lee spoke to students who want to reform the HIV response and lower the chances of transmitting the disease to others here on campus.
Alpha Phi Alpha, one of the many Greek organizations on campus, hosted an event this week allowing students to get tested for HIV for free.
This is one of our national projects for Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, so all the chapters on your universities have to do this.
The average range for HIV testing is anywhere from $48 to $65, this being the main reason college students go without knowing their status. Jayla Gellington, Ms. Black and Gold, feels it is important for everyone to get tested.
The importance of this event is knowing your status, because a lot of people go without having any symptoms or anything like that of HIV, so it's very important.
Johnson and Gellington both were pleased with the turnout. The The organization plans to host more events much like this one in the future. For more information on future events, contact your favorite Alpha. Reporting for Studio 96, I'm Jessica Lee.
Homecoming is just around the corner, and UWA's Campus Activities Board is on the lookout for the next homecoming queen and her court. Each residence hall and organization nominated 3 young women who they think would fit the job the best. The process isn't over. Stay tuned for more information on when you have the opportunity to vote on your future homecoming queen. Now to Summer Absent in the Sports Corner for this week's recap of all things UWA athletics. Summer?
Welcome back, Tigers, to another Sports Corner recap. UWA Women's Golf finished in first place this past weekend at the Full Moon Invitational in Calera, Alabama, with a team score of 622, while the men's team finished in fifth with a score of 607. The women will take the tee again at Dahlonega, Georgia, in a tournament hosted by North Alabama October 30th through the 31st. And the men will play next at the Union University Tournament October 16th and 17th in Jackson, Tennessee. Men's soccer scored 2 goals in less than 20 minutes at Tiger Stadium last week, sealing the victory against the South Carolina Aiken Pacers. The Tigers also swept Auburn University at Montgomery 5-0. Men's soccer will face Auburn University at Montgomery again on September 29th at 5 p.m. in Montgomery. Despite falling to North Alabama on Sunday 2-1, women's soccer also had a win this week, beating West Georgia 2-1 to improve to 3-5 overall. Rodeo was off to a winning season as proved at the Viking Stampede Rodeo, hosted by Missouri Valley College. Lance Daniel once again was the only bull rider to cover the bull, while Max Dever Boaz came in first round and averaging calf roping, helping the men's rodeo team advance to 5th place. The women's team put on a show, coming in 2nd place with 310 points. Caitlin Nicholson finished first in the average for goat tying, while Allie Ayers was second in the short go. Katie Cooper also assisted in winning the long round. UWA Home Rodeo begins this Thursday at Hines Rodeo Complex here in Livingston. As always, students, bring your ID to get into all sporting events for free. UWA Women's Volleyball swept the Mississippi College Choctaws in their first GSC matchup of the season in Clinton, Mississippi on Saturday afternoon, 3-0, improving their record to 9-5 overall. Brianna Sandiford led the team in kills with 15, while Rebecca Johnson led the Tigers in digs with 18. Cassie Teal also led the game in assists with 24. The UWA Tiger football team seized an impressive victory over the North Alabama Lions in Florence, Alabama, beating the new Division I team 38-17, despite an almost 1-hour lightning delay. The Tiger defense also forced 3 turnovers and sacked Lions quarterback Rico Bruton 7 times for a loss of 57 yards. Harry Satterwhite of the Tigers completed 21 of 30 pass attempts for 181 yards and was not intercepted once. Terry Samuel also had high stats against the Lions with 11 tackles. This was enough to earn him the GSC Defensive Player of the Week. West Alabama takes the field again at Tiger Stadium this Saturday, September 30th, against Shorter, with the kickoff set to begin at 6 p.m. Join us next week, Tigers, for another sports recap. I'm Summer Abston, Studio 96.
Thanks, Summer. That's all for this week, Tigers. Join us next week for an inside look at what's happening on UWA's campus. I'm Brianna Johnson. And I'm Sarah Neal, Studio 96.